This is Majin, and here's my stack of reviews for you. It's pretty much all the other Marvel books and DC books, so we'll get through these kind of quick. First up is Robin, Son of Batman. Now, this book to me wasn't the greatest book of all time, but what really worked for me was Robin's attitude. You know, he's dealing with this guy who's, he's like this rich, snobby leader type thing, and, he's got people as slaves type thing underneath him, and he's got this attitude. Well, I am, the descendant of 1,000 kings and blah blah blah, and then Robin's just like, oh yeah, well, I'm son of Batman, and that's all you need to know, and punches his teeth out. And I was like, all right, this is why I love Damian so much. Now, other than that, it's basically, it goes back and it's dealing with this griffin creature. And it's basically putting Robin on his own track, away from Batman, which is fine. The art is okay. The attitude is on 10, so I love that part. I'm really torn about if I want to keep getting the Robin. I'll keep it for right now, but as long as the attitude is there. But I have a feeling this might be one of the early casualties for the DC books. Superman Wonder Woman number 18. This is the first interaction between Superman and Wonder Woman we get with Superman is with the powered down version. The art is really strong, and this actually for me was one of the best Superman Wonder Woman comics that I've seen in a long time. And that's a shame, because technically this should have been a good book to begin with. But basically it is part of it is dealing with Clark having to deal with him being depowered. Like, he gets an emergency call from Lana. It's like, hey, I need help. But he's with Wonder Woman, but he can't get to her quickly because he can't fly. So Wonder Woman's got to help him. Then you also have how Smallville reacts to Clark when he's in Smallville, and how they're like, we know you're a good person, but you're made as a target, so we need you to go, type thing. But basically what's going on is he goes to Lana's house and everything's gone. Like, I mean, not everything gone. She's gone, but everything looks like there hasn't been any disturbance. There hasn't been any resistance or anything like that. Then he goes to his parents' place and all the buildings are gone. So it's like somebody's kind of like attacking him and erasing his past at the same time, in a way. So they have to figure out what's going on. There is a surprise villain at the end, I guess, or it's probably not really a surprise considering previews probably told you. But overall, I liked it. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with this powered down version of Superman, because I think DC is doing a lot of good things with this. With the way how the general reaction is towards him is fine, but it's kind of like you just know that one day he's just going to become Superman again. And then it's kind of like you wonder how that's all going to change everything from that point on once he gets his superpowers. But for right now, I'm okay with it. The story was good, and the art was good, and it's off to a great start, and I think that's all that really matters concerning that. Okay, Martian Manhunter number 1. I almost didn't buy it, but I decided to buy it at the last minute, and I'm kind of glad I did. I thought the art was pretty decent overall, and basically this is just the start of Martian Manhunter, in the sense that they're replacing him back into the DC universe, so this way people get an understanding of where this story is going to go, type thing. Because it's been a while since we've really seen him in his own book, type thing. But overall, see, it's hard to just really describe quickly what's going on, because there's a lot of things going on. There's like somebody there's like a shapeshifter killing people. There's a Martian type creature in a building, an abandoned building, and then there's John, and he's got some serious issues himself. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. But I don't want to spoil a lot of the stuff, but I can say the shapeshifter assassin part, that part was pretty cool, and I want to see more of that part of it. Okay, Justice League of America in high def widescreen. All right. This all right. This was basically your setup issue for the next issue, because that's where everything's going to really start going. Now, Brian Hitch does, I mean, his art, I like his art, but I know that there's some people who just don't like it. This ad just ruins, I think, the flow of everything, though. Basically, Superman gets an invite to this Infinity company, and what he finds out is they're like saying, like, hey, don't trust us, but something you're about to see is shocking. And that's basically a room full of dead Supermen. And he's like, what the hell is going on? And unfortunately, the guy who knows everything about it, he's not being very helpful. He's kind of an ass. And Superman just wants to kick his butt type thing, and I don't blame him. And but they're basically saying, we're here to save you, because if you die, then everything is going to be destroyed. And the thing that was really weird is they set into motion a plan where they put Parasite to the power company, Gotham Power Company, to make the Justice League fight him. And then when they're all there, when they come back to the Infinity Company, they're gone. And then the villain steps up to the plate. So, and I think overall we're going to see some spectacular fights. Because the fight with Parasite actually was pretty good. We just needed more of it. And I'm definitely on board. I think for me, the reason why this book really wasn't the good book of the week for me was it just seemed long. It's, I couldn't get into the group of people who were trying to help Superman. And, I was like, I'm really confused about sending Parasite to, so to speak, to distract the Justice League. And to me, it just was basically, you wasted time. But, I'm sure we'll find out more information as the issues go by. Okay, Runaways #1. This actually was a really decent book. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to get the second one. Now, what we have here is a story basically of a random assortment of younger characters like Asmodeus, Jubilee. There's Cloak and Dagger in here, and there's like I said, a whole classrooms. Scar is here, and basically it's basically like a special school for students in which the very top elite people who graduate will basically become the future leaders in Doom's world, and they're all trying to vie to that position. Fight each other for that position. So this group of characters here is basically what amounts to is a bunch of misfits, and they're going to have to work together. And overall, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit of a refreshing change, and so I'm definitely on board. The art was, I think art's a little polarizing. I enjoyed it, but it took me a little while to get into it overall. I'm definitely excited, but I'm definitely getting #2. I would definitely recommend people pick this one up. And finally, Squadron Sinister #1. This was not okay, I guess you can say this. See, for me, the Squadron Supreme was a group of heroes, but yet we didn't know much about them other than they were basically like another version of the Justice League. And then we got the updated version of the Squadron Supreme here from JMS. And even then, this was a little bit different. But it was like the same thing, but they're still heroes, but yet they're more modernized to a point. And Squadron Sinister is basically gang warfare. These squadron members are inherently evil, and they're basically taking out other territories. And every territory has their own squadron type heroes, or at least the one that they show here had some that were similar, because that's who they were fighting. But there's another territory that they go into at the end of the book that it's a totally different character. Now, and I won't spoil it, but I will say this. it's a character from the past, and people are going to be wikiing who this person is, because I remember him. I remember seeing him, but I'll tell you this much: I don't remember buying him. But anyways, there's a lot going on here besides the gang warfare part. There's a little mystery behind whatchamacallit, Nighthawk. There's a Thor, Iron Thor, that comes in, and he's like, dude, Hyperion, you're causing some trouble. And Hyperion's like, yeah, I know. No, we'll take care of it. And then somebody murders Iron Thor. And so there's that going on. And then there's the turf stuff going on. And then there's even more on top of that, but I won't spoil that part. Overall, I thought the art was average. And now, for me, I thought overall this is an average book. To me, this is a type of book that if I stopped reading tomorrow, if somebody told me, you can only have 10 books, I could live without buying this. This one I might be hurt. All right, this one I'd be hurt. But this one I can give up. But I think I'll still get it for right now, because there's something about this that I really like the old Squadron Supreme characters, and I just kind of want to see where this is going to go. I want to see who else they're going to fight, and this is definitely, I think, if you're fans of the old Squadron Supreme, I think this might be a love-hate thing too, because this is not like the characters you knew and love. But I don't know, we'll see where this thing goes. But anyways, that is some reviews for you. Let me know what you guys picked up. Let me know what you guys liked. We'll have some more stuff later. And share. And then we also have, I do the podcast with Cons, Freaks, and Geeks down below. And we'll have, like I said, I got to do my trade haul too. So, my discount trade haul. But anyways, that's it for tonight. Until next time.